Okay, first order of business tonight, we have a proclamation for Kathy Baratta. We're going to start right off the bat with you, Kath. So if you want to come on up and join me. It's really great pleasure for me to present this to you. So, whereas Kathy Baratta retired in January 2009 from her position as a staff writer for the News Transcript after many years in the field of journalism. And whereas Kathy Baratta is a native of Manalapan, raised and educated in the community. And whereas while Kathy Baratta was a staff writer with the News Transcript, she was honored with the New Jersey Press Association 2001 Lloyd P. Burns Memorial Award for Responsible Journalism for a series of stories she wrote about an illegal junkyard and operation in Howell Township. She was honored with the New Jersey Press Association 2005 Art Weissman Memorial Award for her coverage of government. Kathy was still covering Howell Township at that time. Whereas Kathy most recently covered Manalapan Township for the News Transcript from 2006 to 2008. Prior to that, she covered Manalapan Township for the News Transcript from 1998 to 2000. And whereas Kathy's career in journalism is marked by the thousands of stories she wrote about people, events, schools, and governments in this region of New Jersey. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Richard Klauber, Mayor of Manalapan Township, together with the members of the Manalapan Township Committee, do call upon our residents and her friends to join with us in extending our thanks to Kathy Baratta for her many years of dedicated service. We do hereby wish Kathy continued happiness and good health, and again thank her for all she has done to the benefit of Manalapan. In witness whereof, I've hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the Township of Manalapan to be affixed on this 15th day of July in the year 2009. Congratulations.
Is this thing on? I've been told I could make a few remarks, so I'm not going to act like, I had no work. Oh, I had no idea this was coming, because I did, so. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for this honor. Being the journalist who covered Manalapan for the News Transcript was a labor of love. As Mayor Klauber noted, Manalapan is the town I grew up in. Former Mayor George Spodak, sitting right there. I covered his administration as well. All those years ago, as he worked for 9 years, 3 terms, to help build the town to what it is today. This building we're standing in, as well as the recreation complex across the street, the Monmouth County Library, all fruits of his labors. Former Mayor Drew Shapiro. Another dedicated township dignitary you can thank for the Arts Committee and the Special Needs Council, to mention just a few of his accomplishments when he held office. We, both they and I, have watched this town, along with the world, change a lot over the past several decades. It is very special to me that they are here today to see me get this special award, and in part because of them, I would like to say a few more things. The advent of the internet has definitely changed the world and journalism as we know it. As with most things in life, these changes represent the best and the worst of us. The worst being the anonymity the internet affords those who libel others with impunity. Like my friend and former executive editor Greg Bean, I liken them to the night riders of the Ku Klux Klan, except they've traded their pointy hoods for keyboards. Although given some of what was written, it's easy to believe that more than a few have replaced the pointy hood with a tinfoil hat as they sit there and furiously type their scurrilous hype. But this two-edged sword can cut both ways, meaning the internet also affords us instant updates, not only locally, but also allows for instant global communication. Newspapers everywhere now vie for the attention of the internet generation. Hopefully the two can meld. The tangible satisfaction of holding and reading a newspaper over a cup of coffee is not easily substituted. In fact, I think it's now in our DNA. Anyway, a newspaper story that is written by people whose names are known and can therefore be challenged for their truth in telling. I'll put that up against the anonymity of the internet any day. An argument for internet anonymity is a straw man argument brought by those who use such practices to distort the intent of the First Amendment in order to justify their own cowardly actions. For those who attempt to justify this internet anonymity by alluding to the American Revolution, Benjamin Franklin, and others who needed the protection of anonymity when they wrote against King George are being, at the very least, I think, disingenuous. I think during the 8 years of the Clinton administration, Mike Drudge, Rush Limbaugh, and their ilk proved you can say pretty much whatever you want about the king and not have to worry about the seizure of self and property, followed by a slow death in the dungeons. So all in all, the argument for anonymity is a tired argument, worn so thin I think that all right-thinking persons see right through it. It is an argument that really is the last refuge of scoundrels. The American Revolution was fought so that Americans could stand tall and say and sign what they believed wherever and whenever they chose, and not have to worry about the government saying they couldn't. That they should not have to cower in the shadows of anonymity. Remember from your history, John Hancock signed his name as legibly as he did so as to make sure the king's men didn't go after the wrong man. He wanted them to know it was him. It most certainly wasn't fought so that the people of this nation could develop into a nation of cowards, afraid to stand for their convictions and be counted. It's been said that those that stand for nothing will fall for anything. Nowhere is that more apparent than on the bitter, bilious blog written by those night riders I spoke of. But the truth is out there, and it is for that reason that I have started what I hope will be the unofficial website of Manalapan. It is already up and running. It is manalapan-nj.net, and in true bipartisan spirit, we have already registered people of both political parties, but hope more regular, normal people will register and post as well. The everyday people with lives so busy there's no time to go next door and sit and chat will now be able to chat with their neighbors online at their convenience. In essence, it will afford everyone a chance to get to know each other. It will give the residents of an ever-changing community like Manalapan the opportunity to talk to each other about the things that matter to them, not just in the local community, but the global community as well. As we approach election season, I expect the games to begin with a bang. Just like the other website I own, there will be no anonymity afforded any posters. In order to be registered to post, we will verify each applicant upon his or her registration request. Thanks to the experience afforded me with Howell and Jay, the logistics are in place to guarantee the identity of every person that registers and then posts. In other words, no straw men, no fake IDs allowed, no anonymity. It's been tried, but they never get past us. This holds people accountable for what they post. I'll use that in closing and say again, I thank these 5 people. 5 people who care enough about their community to put themselves out there in order to work, and work hard they do, for the betterment of the community. They persevere, some of them, while under a constant barrage of unwarranted and unrelenting anonymous internet attacks that spew forth the most unspeakable and unsubstantiated lies. That they persevere should bring nothing but admiration and many deserved accolades for their continued dedication to the duties they dispatch with dignity. A dignity they're having held intact despite their having to deal with so many who have none. Again, I applaud you all, and I thank you for being persons of such high standards. This proclamation proves it. And seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all very much. Oh, and Tara, and Renee, and Ro, my lovely, darling Ro. I miss them all very much, and thank you for being so wonderful to work with.
Congratulations.
Thank
Okay, thank you, Kathy.
you. Thank you.
Dave, we next have the presentation for